Alright guys, so today we're going to go over a technique that's actually a judo throw, but we're going to adapt it for a sweep from the bottom. Most techniques are actually very interchangeable, so if you do a technique from the ground, it'll most likely work standing and vice versa. So we're going to do it from butterfly guard today, and as I mentioned before, one of the things you want to get away from with your butterfly guard is playing like this. Yeah, if my knees are out, I'm forced to use my adductor muscles, which are very small and weak, and Vlad's using his entire arm and gravity. So what I do, so I'll keep it in nice and tight. Now one of the things we'll work on, having our knees angled a particular way, that way if Vlad goes to press my knee out, it's really hard to do, right? So he's going to weave his arm through because this is the only viable option for him. He's not going to be able to weave through on the other side because it's just poor exposure. So as he starts to weave his hand through, I'm going to make a little bit of a connection, right? So a lot of time with our closed hand, we'll grab. So now what we'll do with this hand, we're going to build up our base. So now we have our base here, right? All I did was come from here to here. So now I'm going to switch hands. I like to imagine Indiana Jones when he's switching out that gold. You can't let this go. I can't go here, then here. Exactly. It needs to be a clean wham, right? So now this other hand will make our connection, again in that far armpit. So now I'm going to try to create a little bit of pressure on Vlad. If Vlad just gets pushed over, he gets pushed over. 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to say he's not done it. So as I push, he creates that tension. So now I'm going to sit through, elevate it, bam, kick him through. So now from here, I just need to pop off this foot. I'm going to flare my left knee to clear his arm, and then I just go into a nice tight side control. So we're here again. He's coming in, he weaves this arm through, right? Connection one, build up our base. Indiana Jones switch, we grab right here, we press in, he presses back, bam! So now, another option will be this arm, we'll keep it, and we're gonna slide our leg through. I like to think of it as like a violin bow, right? The way that they pull down, it's the same thing, I'm gonna slide my shin down. So now the narrow and sharp part of my shin is in that real tender part of Vlad's bicep. So when you're doing this technique with your partners, be careful if you like them. If you don't, have fun. So what you're gonna do is lean forward, make some connection, and you'll see right there, Vlad gets crushed with a bicep slicer. All that's happening, the sharp part of my tibia is driving into the head of his forearm muscle. What I wanna do is make sure that his wrist is pressed on my navel or lower. If I tend to go too high up and press forward, he'll lean right out. So I'm sliding right to the edge, the crook of his elbow pit. And then I lean right forward, and just from there you see his reaction. So now if you couple it with grips here, and you decide to sink all your weight down, it's gonna be catastrophic for your partner. So one more time. We're coming in, let's go this side. So remember, knees are up, nice and tight, we're circling in, boom, we're there. Connection one, build our base. Indiana Jones, far grip. Now press in, he starts to press back and lift. Circle right into side control, or keep that hand, violently pull through, crush your partner. So that'll be Sumi Gaeshi from half guard on the bottom with either a side control finish or a bicep slice finish. Hopefully you guys find it as useful as I did.